We are joined by Pacific Lutheran University. They just won the 2012 NCAA Division III Softball National Championship. We have with us head coach Aaron Van Nostrand, pitcher Stacy Hagenson, designated player Karin Hatlin, and third baseman Haley Harshaw. Coach, comments from you about today's game, please.
Well, I'm kind of speechless. I'm just really proud of our girls. Battled all year long and came in and just found a way to get it done. It's exciting. It's unbelievable. Kind of surreal. Kind of pinch me. We're still staring at it going, we won, but it's over. We feel like, it's like, okay, where's the next tournament? Where do we go next? So it's just kind of, I don't think it's completely sunk yet. Although I do have a big trophy right now with me, so I guess it is true. It's amazing.
Stacy, most outstanding player of the tournament. What does that mean for you?
I mean, it's not only a reflection on me, it's a reflection on my team, because I couldn't have got here without them. I mean, you saw Spencer made that great diving catch in center field. Haley was solid at third base. I mean, I couldn't have done anything without them. So.
Haley, we'll stay right there. We'll talk a little bit of defense there. You're right. This was probably the best defensive game all around for both teams of the tournament here today, and rightly so on the biggest stage. Talk about what it means for players to play good defense to help out, and how that really energizes and moves into the offensive end a little bit.
It's just an awesome feeling knowing if you're going out there and you make an awesome play, then you're going to come back on offense and just keep it going. The momentum just keeps going with it, especially when you're playing behind Stacy. I'm ready for the ball. Just give me the ball.
Absolutely. And then we'll talk about the offensive end. Karin, you had two big hits today, one of them being a double over the right fielder's head to score the first run of the game. Talk a little bit about just playing on this stage and really being able to make plays and do something to help the team positively.
I'd been really frustrated up until this point because I really hadn't been doing my job, but I knew that my teammates had my back, and so I had their backs, and so I did whatever I could do to win the game today, and hit the ball was what it was, so I went out there and hit the ball.
What does it mean for you to be national champion?
It means everything. We've been through a lot, and our program's been through a lot, and this is kind of our redemption moment, and it means the world. And I wouldn't have done it without any of you people sitting here and the rest of our team, and it's just amazing.
Haley, the same thing, and just talk about the general overall feeling of the team right now.
We're on cloud nine. It's so hard to describe. I don't think it's even hit us yet. I think after we've showered, maybe it might hit us.
Let's be small.
It's incredible. It's incredible.
Stacy, only 3 hits to a team that is on paper and shown here in the tournament an outstanding hitting program. You faced them 9 times. What was it today? Have you held them to that few hits this season in those 9 appearances?
Yes.
Yeah. When we played them in our conference tournament, I know that they didn't score, but I don't remember how many.
She only had 2 hits. She was throwing a no-hitter into the 5th inning.
Very good. Then what is it about this program when you catch them on a day like that just is working and keeps you energized? What is it about a performance like that you showed there today, able to progress that and throw it on the national stage here in the national tournament game? What does that mean for you to be able to be that big of a positive experience and positive influence for your team?
I mean, I think in the past, Linfield's been, the powerhouse in our conference for so long, and now, next year, I mean, we can go out and know that, we can do that again, and we can beat them, and we can get here again, and I think that's going to be huge for them next year, because it's just a big confidence booster for the girls that are playing next year to go out and just repeat.
Coach, we'll finish up with 2 for you. First one, 2 teams from the Northwest Conference playing here in the national championship. Talk about the strength of the conference right now and just about the 2 teams that were in that game.
Our conference is really strong. It's really tough. You have a Willamette who beat them. We went 11 innings with the George Fox who beat us. So to get through our conference alone is hard enough. And then we did the Texas trip, and that was not an easy trip. So I'm excited for our conference because I think it's a good moment having those 2 teams playing the championship together. It was weird that we had to fly all the way to Virginia and get all the way here and see them again. But I guess, in my opinion, those were probably the 2 best teams in the country playing for the national championship. So I think it's huge for our program, conference.
Think back to fall ball a little bit and the foggy dream you may have had of that trophy being on this table right here, and now to it actually being here. Progress us through the season about when you feel that you really had this great shot to get here and then actually be holding that trophy.
I felt like we had a shot at our first fall meeting in September. And the first thing I talked about is, let's go back to the day we all sat around and watched the TV screen and realized we didn't get in. And what that felt like. And what are we going to do from this moment on right now to make sure it doesn't happen again.
And then talk about the pride you have in this team to be able to fulfill it all.
Unbelievably proud of these girls. We have had so many obstacles put in front of us. You know, you have to beat Linfield in the conference tournament. You have to go down to Texas and play well. You have to go to the Texas Regional and win it. You got to come here and, oh, by the way, play Linfield again. Unbelievable. Mental toughness, heart, whatever we threw in front of them, they took. I mean, practices are not easy. We make them work really, really hard. And they never complained. They never said anything. They took whatever we threw at them and said, give it to me because it's going to make us better. And we talked about burpee ladders. And this will help you when it all's said and done. And I think I'm so proud of them. There aren't enough words I can talk. I told them nobody can ever take this away from you. You are now a national champion for the rest of your life, and they've earned it. They've earned it. Absolutely. They have earned it.
And my final question is, where's the trophy going to be housed?
Well, it's going to Boston. I might walk down the aisle with it. I don't know, maybe we'll get a team room and we can put it in there now. Who knows? Other than that, I don't know. Well, maybe we'll rotate it around dorm rooms. Who knows?
Well, coach and players, thank you for joining me here today, and congratulations on winning the 2012 NCAA Division III Softball National Championship.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We are joined by Linfield College. They just played in the 2012 NCAA Division III Softball National Championship game and finished as the second-place team in the country. We are joined by head coach Jackson Vaughn, center fielder J.D. Baxter, and pitcher Karina Pavla. Coach, comments from you about today's game, please.
Obviously a tough game on our end. I think the fatigue finally got to us a little bit today. Not to take anything away from PLU, they earned everything they got, and certainly beat us twice here, and really beat us 6 out of 9 times this year. So you got to give them a ton of credit. I'll always take obviously our team and felt like if we could have showed up and hit today, it would have been an interesting game. But yeah, Higginson did a good job, and like I said, I just felt like our legs, even this morning against Montclair, just really weren't there today. And we didn't look quite the same in the box. We just looked a little fatigued. So that made it a little rough, but we had a couple scoring opportunities early. Stacy had a line drive right at their third baseman that would have scored a run, and Ashley Garcia hits a ball that their center fielder makes a great diving catch on that would have scored a run and put a runner at second. And then they capitalized on their opportunities on the other end, and instead of being a 2-2 game, it was kind of 2-0, and then Higgins did a good enough job, and we just could never get anything going on offense. So you just have to give them a ton of credit. We've seen that team grow up over the last few years, and how they've developed as a team, and to get in this year after they felt like, and I felt like they probably should have been in last year, and to make the run they did, you have to take your hats off to them.
JD, let's talk a little offense, defense with you. First on the offensive side, you got a double today. And what were you talking about inside of the dugout with the rest of your teammates to try and help the Wildcats punch through against the pitcher that was on today?
Well, one of the big things for us is just being mentally tough in the box and having that confidence, because I don't think I've ever been a part of a more offensively powerful team. And when our team is playing at our best, when we hit at our best, I feel that we're unstoppable. And so just really being able to clear your head of the last at bat and get up there and take your hacks, wait on the ball, be patient, and wait for your pitch.
And let's switch to the defensive side now. You made an outstanding catch in center field coming in and making a diving play. Take us a little bit through that play when you saw it off the bat and what you were thinking as you were coming to make the catch.
Those are definitely some of the hardest balls to read, the ones that are line drives right at you. So, it was a good hard hit ball, and when I saw that it wasn't going over my head, I could take a few steps in, and then when it was just within reach, I guess I just dove for it. I don't really know. I don't really think too much about it.
Absolutely. No, we talked a little bit about it just amongst ourselves. This was really an outstandingly defensive played game, an overall well-played game by both teams. They're probably the best one of the tournament, rightly so, being the stage that it was on. And Karina, what does it mean for you to have a pitcher to know that your defense is back there behind you like they were today?
Our defense has struggled a little bit this year, but I have full confidence in them. I know that we're going to get the job done, so I just know that I can use my defense at any time.
Talk about the pride that you have in yourself for this season, and here really in the tournament, the overall postseason, that you got the call several times here in the tournament and performed well, including in today's game.
I don't know. We have a great pitching staff. I know that any one of us can get it done.
JD, and let's talk about the team right now. You've obviously a senior on this year's team. You've been a part of some really great teams here the past couple of years. Talk about what you and the other seniors on the team, just the pride that you have in the players on this squad and what you've been able to do over the last several years.
It's kind of a loaded question. Cat ball is really, it's unique. It's been pretty much my life the last 4 years. We put in a lot of time. We lift, we condition, we hit for almost 2 hours every day. It's tradition and it's life. You know, this team is my family, and the last 4 years I can't say has been any different. Every team they become my best friends, they become my family. We're together all the time, on the field, off the field. I couldn't be more proud of the program that I'm a part of. You know, Jackson works hard to make this a great tradition, and it's really incredible. Like, I can't even do it justice with my words.
I think your key word there is perfect in Coach Vaughn, tradition right now. A title for the program in 2007, runner-up in 2010, title last year in 2011, runner-up this season. If the trend continues, maybe another one next year, if I can foreshadow for you. But talk a little bit about the progress that this program has had over the last several years, and also just with the conference up in the Northwest Conference right now, the strength of the league.
You know, it's been a lot of fun. When I took over the program, PLU was actually the dominant team in our conference. We moved over from NAIA, and we used to get throttled by them all the time when I took over, and they had some great teams. And so our goal was to get where they were at, and so we were able to kind of overcome them and make the tournament for the first time, I think, in 04 around there. And 06 we got fourth, and just kind of got our eyes open. We got to the national tournament, and so hey, we can compete at this level. We're playing some really good teams in the West, and so then the next year we broke through and we won in 07, and then we had at 08 we didn't have a great tournament necessarily, and then 09 we got back to the regional championship game with these guys when they were freshmen, and then obviously had the second place finish. And we kept building, but the senior class we just got done with is such a amazing group of kids. Obviously some of the best players that have ever maybe played Division III with Stacy and Emily Lepp. Stats-wise, they're going to finish in the top 5 in about 3 or 4 different categories apiece in career statistics, and so you're just not going to replace kids like that. But then you have kids like JD, who's really the heart and soul of our team in a lot of ways, with just emotionally how she carries herself. And I've been around a lot of impressive kids coaching 2 sports, but JD's a kid that just brings her lunch pail to work and a lot of enthusiasm every single day, and so you're just not going to replace a kid like that. And Lauren Harvey, struggled a little bit at times because our conference knows her so well, and she got a little frustrated, but then we get to the national stage where some teams haven't seen her, and she pitched great for us, and obviously you're the reason we kind of got to the championship games. We couldn't just rely on Karina, and so super proud of her and what she did. And then you have a kid like Jordan, who was a backup player for us for 2 years, and she just kind of showed up and had a great World Series last year. We won it, and we're in the starting spot, and was a consistent performer for us all year, and she's just a really hard-working, great kid. So those seniors have certainly been the anchor of our program since they were freshmen. So next year it'll be a tough road to get back here without them, but that'll certainly maintain or stay the goal of the program. We have high expectations every year. But we talked a lot just about the process, and that's why I try to tell our kids not to be too upset about today. It's, you can only control so much when you step on the field. Sometimes you can't control how well you actually play that day to a certain extent. You can't control how hard you work and how close you are as teammates and all the things you put into the game. And it just didn't happen for us this year. If we could change that game, we played them earlier and we had hit Higginson pretty well and could have got some big hits. Maybe the thing turns out different, but it didn't. But that doesn't take away from how well our kids played and how well they battled throughout the tournament, and I think just what type of people they are. So that's hopefully what they'll remember when they can step back in the big picture.
Well, Coach and players, thank you for joining me today. Congratulations on being the national runner-up in the 2012 NCAA Division III Softball National Tournament.